Now with the weekly tech topic. I'm Nina. I'm with Peggy and Bob. We have a new thumbnail thanks to Bob. It's the number 15 episode, and we are talking about one thing we learned this week. Last week, I mentioned that we are going to do live collaborating on one website, which is a feature of Google Workspace. But after brainstorming, we decided to add the video in the description because we have to practice better while talking lists of steps. It's not easy to do it live. It's not possible, actually. So this week, what I learned, I did it with thinking with Google. Why? Because on the Google Work document, I have a list of my posts on social media, but they didn't help because it was a week of huge updates. So I was thinking how to proceed with ChatGPT, generative artificial intelligence, Bard, which it is going to be part of my work account. And thinking with Google helped me with a video, which is 2 minutes, and I linked it below. It's about search artificial intelligence. And my tip today is very simple. I went and updated my introduction across my profiles on my website, on YouTube, on Twitter, LinkedIn, because when people first meet online, they go and read the introduction. Before it was, for me, Google Workspace administrator and lifelong learner. But now we have the whole knowledge with the robots we are going to use. So if you're like me, being 10 years online or more years online, I suggest you visit again your introduction and think about updating your intro. I changed from lifelong learning to critical thinking. Why? Because it's important not what you know. The ChatGPT will know 91% of the whole knowledge, and my role will be to think critically what to apply and not to apply. That's my tip for today. So go and update your profiles in relevance to the new era of generative artificial intelligence. Thank you. And with this, Peggy, to you.
Thanks for that suggestion, Nina. I know a lot of my profiles have not been updated in a really long time. I can't even remember what I wrote because I don't look at my own profile. So that's a great tip to spend some time making sure everything's up to date and current. What I wanted to mention today is the integration of technology with in-person events. And in particular, this weekend for me is garden tours. It's an event called Bringing Back the Natives for using native plants in your gardens and also sustainable watering practices and so forth. And I've noticed that now they have done a really great job starting to do more integrations with technology than they did when I went to this event the first time many years ago. They have a great YouTube channel with videos and interviews with some of the garden owners. So shout out to Bringing Back the Natives on YouTube if you're interested. And doing the garden tours yesterday, there were a lot of people who had information set up with QR codes. So for example, one person had said, if you're interested in all my observations of birds and other wildlife I saw in my garden, here's the QR code for my iNaturalist profile. And that's an app where you can record animals and other wildlife that you've seen. Lots of other things with more information about the local garden club and so forth. So I thought that was really great. And I just also want to mention how awesome Google Maps is for getting me around these various places, because these are people's homes. A lot of times they're in neighborhoods where the streets wind around kind of crazy and places I'm not familiar with. So Google Maps has been essential in getting me to the right place and finding these great gardens. So that's my tech experience for this week.
Thank you, Peggy. It sounds really beyond excellent that people start to introduce each other via QR codes and have the technology as naturally implemented in their daily life. And Bob, what did you learn this week?
I think you guys kind of touched on what I'd like to highlight, and that's knowledge or information. And this is in regards to if you're posting shorts on YouTube, you know that you only have 60 seconds to transmit images and or text, and you've got to be really brutal in editing that. So in many cases, the images are there, but you might need some context or some background information. And if you are a good person, you've included in the description of that particular short information that explains what it's all about. Now this is really funny. You will not find the description if you use mobile, unless, here's the key thing, you have to go in the upper right-hand corner of your smartphone screen, look for the 3 dots, which are usually mean options, click on that, and then there's something that says show description. And I think that's really important because, again, not all images are going to be self-explanatory, so you can do some critical thinking once you get the information. So that's my tech tip for the week, and try it out, folks.
Thank you, Bob. I was looking for this description. I started adding text in the comments because I couldn't find it. The 3 dots are so pale. So that's really important tip.
It's not really well known, and it was kind of driving me nuts because I put a lot of effort into those descriptions at times, and it would be a shame if people can't get to it. And
Absolutely.
in fact, I don't know if you folks post a lot of photos, but there's alt text, and I don't know how to access alt text. I put a lot of alt text on my photos, but I've never been able to get it to pop up. And I'm wondering, I think people with disabilities have a special reader that would bring it up. But I'm wondering if you don't have a disability, if you could bring that up anyway, because that explains or provides, again, critical information for what the photo is about, how to identify where does it grow, how to find it, so.
Yeah, alt text is obligatory. We are always using it. And we will add the tips in the description of this video. Thank you so much for bringing this out. Actually, YouTube is promoting shorts as part of linking the short video to the big video, to the long video, to the website. Right. Correct, Peggy? You know better about these tips, so I'm a bit surprised. It's so difficult to find the description.
I think I personally really appreciate having more information in the description with the videos. I know it's hard to see on mobile, unfortunately, but I appreciate it, and I get frustrated sometimes when people don't put anything in the description, even though it lends itself to that kind of information. So, thank you, Bob.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so
no,
today was a descriptions, weekly tech topic 15, descriptions on focus on your personal profile across your digital assets, in the shorts you're producing and creating, and in the digital communication you're doing with the gigs in your neighborhood. Thank you so much for listening and watching. And next Tech Topic 16 will be on the 21st of May. Subscribe, check the links for Peggy's weekly updates, for Bob's shorts tip, and for our collaborative page, web page editing. Thank you and see you.
Have a
Bye.
great week.
Okay. Also